Hello all, welcome back to my channel. So on this week's video I plan to do two different things. One is kind of how NaNoWriMo Prep week went, with a bunch of activities that I have been doing, just so I can do NaNoWriMo and start writing this book in November. I have been working on a young adult novel. I called it The Shapeshifters, but I don't know if it will be the final title, because this week I got a bit surprised with this project. The other experience I made for this video was a thing I saw on YouTube. I don't know what channel it was. It was something like, does 1000 books make a library? And I had never counted how many books I had on my bookshelves, so I did that exercise and counted them. I'm a bit sad, it's not what I expected, but it's going. You will see you will see all about that later. So I hope you enjoy. I hope I can give you some ideas for your NaNoWriMo prep, and talk to you later. These are my scene cards. There are a lot of them. One page, one scene. But I'll be adding to this because this is not how I want it. I do have a few subplots I need to explore better. And that's what I'm doing now. Exploring some scenes that I think I have forgotten to give the due importance they should have in this story. today I decided to do a little exercise that I saw online. So it's called 1000 Books is a Library. So I was wondering how many I had, but I think I came up very short from the 1000. I had another set of bookshelves a few years ago, but when my child was born, I decided to do a major cleanup, and I gave a lot of books away. I think I never had and hold so many books at the same time as I did that time. So since then it's been coming along, and now I have this space, and I still have almost two bookshelves like this one that I can rearrange and put more books in. This is totally out of order. I haven't been able to put them how I would like them. I have some very old books from my childhood, from when I was a preteen, and those I keep up there. So the first ones that I counted, it's an Annie Blyton series, the 5, and I loved it so much that I couldn't throw them away. So they are my collector's item, and I think they will stay, and I hope my daughter would want to read them one day. Then I have my romance shelf, this one here. I know you aren't seeing, so let me. Above you have my pretty collection from Annie Blyton. Here you have my romance shelf. It's kind of I'm doing a double layer here because I don't have more space. And then I have some classics here, and I have some books that I was planning to read, but there are other. I have one on storytelling, but they are on other genres, non-fiction. And then I have from here to here, it's poetry and some biographies from poets. Then below we have Peter V. Brett series. So this is more some random books, some high fantasy, but I have put something. These ones didn't belong here, but I needed the space. So Ursula Le Guin, Jeff Abbott, and Afonso Cruz. Then we have here the Charlene Harris series, True Blood, which I stopped after the 7th, I think. They aren't in order even. That's okay. I will get to that soon. I stopped. It kind of got on my nerves after a few books in. So Dan Brown, the trilogy from the Da Vinci Code, published work. So I have some poems in here. This one was a book I made myself with my poetry when I was a kid. It was for school. Then I have I published a short story here and a mini short story on this one. So these are mine. Then I will go back to miscellanea, so you can choose. You have Willa Cather, you have Neil Gaiman, you have Bukowski, James Patterson, Herman Hesse. I don't know, we have a lot of stuff here. I have read most of them, and Lammet, which I have more, but they are on the other side. F. Scott Fitzgerald, Carl Sagan. I have a lot of things here. Most of them I read. Yes, these are my very old sci-fi collection. This came from my father's library, so Franz Kafka. But these are all in Portuguese, so it doesn't matter the titles. Paul Anderson. I did fell in love with sci-fi with these books, especially one that isn't in this pack. What is it? It was called Maroon Alastair 933, I think. He's here, I know he's here because I brought them also. I have my steamy romance collection, and it's kind of, so it's the top shelf over there. Mostly it's G.R. Ward, the Black Brotherhood collection. Then I have Stephanie Meyer's books, so the Twilight series, both English and Portuguese, with Midnight Sun included, and The Host. I have another one from Stephanie Meyer, but it's down here. It's The Chemist. Then on this shelf over here, more G.R. Ward, but smaller editions. Then I have some Sherilyn Kenyons, and then I go to the Lord of the Rings trilogy, English and Portuguese. So, and then I have some more G.R. Ward and Stephanie Meyer here because they don't fit above, so I put them here. Then I have some Jane Austens. Then this is my Jane Austen corner, which it's kind of an expanding collection, especially Persuasion and Pride and Prejudice. Now we start on the miscellanea again. I have these on front. I have been reading them, but I haven't finished. I am expecting to get to them soon, so I'm thinking on doing something with them so I can motivate myself to finish reading them. And then we have some, José Saramago, Joan Didion, Zadie Smith, Fitzgerald, H.G. Wells, Leonard Cohen, Raymond Carver, more Le Guin, Shakespeare, Nietzsche, The Wind and the Willows by Kenneth Grahame. I am hoping my daughter will appreciate these books one day. And James Scott Bell, Virginia Woolf, Louisa May Alcott, Milan Kundera, some Portuguese authors also, D.H. Lawrence, more Neil Gaiman, more Virginia Woolf, Oscar Wilde, and Richard Zimler. I have read some of these, but this shelf is mostly unread books, so they shouldn't be so mixed up. But I didn't have the courage to change this library because mostly it's difficult to put them near one another because they have different sizes. Then more mix and matches. I have Rilke here, more D.H. Lawrence, Jack Kerouac. I have some poetry here, I don't know why. This should be on the other side, but that's okay. More Neil Gaiman, more Susanna Tamaro, Chekhov, Arthur Conan Doyle. I have a bunch of Susanna Tamaros. I really enjoy her writing. Then Faulkner, Anais Nin, more Saramago, more Joan Didion. I lost Cheryl Kenyon here. And then I have the Stephen Pressfield series, which I'm currently reading. I reread Turning Pro. I made a video if you want to watch that, where it's a reading vlog about Turning Pro. And then I went and bought the other two, so I'm currently reading those. And then I have more Mix Match, some creative readings, some Carlos Ruiz Zafón, Becca Fitzpatrick, Kafka, James Patterson, Michael Crichton. So Luís Sepúlveda, I have a collection of Luís Sepúlveda. I loved his The Old Man Who Read Love Stories. It's a great book. Then Kazuo Ishiguro and James Herbert. Oh, these are my Halloween book choices for this year. So if you want, you can check that in last week's video, where I spoke about my choices and my read-a-thon planning. And then here I have some Gabriel Garcia Marquez, Afonso Cruz. I have a few Seth Godin's books. I enjoy his writing and his marketing views. So some Paulo Coelho and some Elizabeth Gilbert. This one is mine, which I published a few years ago. Then I have Cassandra Clare, some Del Toro, Julio Verne, Anne Rice, and a few more. So that ugly corner over there are my non-fiction about child development, labor law, post-STEM, so it's a mix of a lot of things. And these are my daughter's painting books, so she has a lot of stuff also. Let's do the math. It's 642. Let me know if you would like more thorough bookshelf tour, because I do love to show off my books and to talk about what I read, what I recommend. So let me know in the comments below if you would like a more thorough shelf book tour. And that's it for the 1000 library. 1000 books make a library. Hi! So I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope I gave you some ideas for your NaNoWriMo preparation. At least I had a good time doing these kinds of crafts. And I just want to remind you, I'm doing a 48 hours readathon challenge on Halloween, so it's 30 and 31 of October. I hope you would like to join, and you can find below the link to register for this challenge. I hope you would like to accompany me in doing some spooky readings this Halloween. So see you then, and bye bye. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.